Good evening, folks, and welcome to our Transit News for January 2nd, 2019. And this is your host, Jason Anthony Pinheiro. We have some interesting news that the MTA unveiled today, and that is New York City Transit warns against walking or riding between subway cars. And we will start to see posters like this. 7 people died in 2018 walking between moving subway cars. Don't take the risk. But why not prevent suicide attempts like SIPTA has? Let's see if we could find that campaign regarding that. See, they have Operation Lifesaver. And this is interesting fact. A person or vehicle is struck by a train roughly once every 3 hours. Hmm, interesting. Interesting to know. But that is not what I'm looking for. Let's see if security awareness. Hmm, I'm trying to look for something here on SEPTA because when we was over there at Philly, we saw a sign in every station regarding suicide. Hmm, interesting. So SEPTA partnered with Operation Lifesaver. That's a nonprofit founded in 1972 and is dedicated to rail safety, public education, and has partnered with federal state safety agencies and the nation's railroads to launch the C-Tracks Think Train. This will be interesting. Something to bring up to New York City Transit and but let's see if there's anybody. Oh, but this person is in Albany Rensselaer. Albany Rensselaer. So the person in charge of New York, his name is Evan Eisenhander, and they have linked to their Facebook page as New York Operation Lifesaver. But they are upstate, they are Albany. So returning back to SEPTA, I think this is very important because New York City Transit could do something like this. That's also risky. And they decide to do this because of a person, let's say 12/9 occurred on December 25th, 21st on Central Park North 110th Street on the Langs Avenue line. Self disclosure, I do it, but I'm always careful when I do it. And also, I have seen people doing it in wheelchair. My apologies, folks. We got disconnected, so we are going to present to you the regarding the five stations that are going to be closing in Upper Manhattan, starting with 168th Street. That will start this Saturday. So here's how things going to be. Starting this Saturday until January of next year, uh, one train will bypass 168th Street, but the A and C will still serve the station. 181st on the A uh, will be open. 191st on the 1 will be open. 190th on the A will be open, but 181st will be closed between March 2021 and February 2022. But again, we have some service changes to report. Oh, really? There is no J trains in both directions between Broad Street and Hill Street, while emergency team retrieves a dog on the tracks. Let's see what code is that. Hmm. It doesn't, according to the radio codes, there is none for animals on the tracks. So we could put it as of, let's say, 12/7. So Broad Street bound J trains will terminate at Hughes, and Essex Street bound M train will terminate at Murder Avenue Broadway. For service between Manhattan and Brooklyn, take the A, C, or L train via transfer at Broadway Junction, Eastern Parkway, Fulton Street, and Van Cinderland Avenue. And we have a delay on Long Island Railroad. We have the 10:15 train from Babylon due to Penn at 11:26 is cancelled due to equipment problems. The next westbound train to Penn is scheduled to depart Babylon at 10:41. This train will be making an added stop at Limbrook. Well, starting the new year, same old, same old. Let's see NJT. Oopsie! We have issues also on NJT. We have the Northeast Corridor train number 3742 that departs Newark Airport at 12:02 in the morning is canceled due to equipment availability. Customers are advised to use train 3888 that departs Newark Airport at 12:23 a.m. And this is despite the fact that AJT said in December that we accomplished uh 95% of positive train control. I think they're wrong. Let's see on the rest of the lines. And as a reminder, the Atlantic City Rail Line discount will continue until January 31st. Oh, we have issues on the Hudsonburg Line Road that is on a close schedule in both directions, following earlier Jersey City police activity. So once again, the Long Island Railroad is screw is this couldn't be any much worse. Let's see on buses. We have delays on the BX6, BX19, and BX46 that was running with delays in both directions because of traffic on the Bruckner Expressway Service Road near Southern Boulevard. And we have service changes on the M2, M3, and M4 because of NYPD FDNY activity at 110th Street and Lennox Avenue. And the M50 is detoured because of NYPD activity at 49th Street and 50th Street from 8th Avenue to Madison. And also we have service changes affecting the Q2 bus due to a downed utility pole at Hollis Avenue. And also we have detours on the Q23 bus because of a obstruction on 103rd Street and Northern Boulevard. Let's see the bridges and tunnels. Nothing major on the bridges and tunnels. And as a reminder, till next Monday, There is no J train between Jamaica Center and 121st Street. There will be free shuttle buses operating between 121st Street and Jamaica Avenue Maverick Expressway on the E. And also the Long Island Railroad will be cross honoring Metro MetroCards MetroCards between Atlanta, Brooklyn, Flatbush Avenue, and Jamaica. So if you're planning to use the Atlanta ticket between between Atlanta, Brooklyn, Northern Avenue, East New York, and Jamaica, don't buy the Atlanta ticket. But if you're going to the other stations included in the Atlanta ticket, you will have to buy the the $5 ticket. Therefore, if you're going to Hollis, Queens, if you're going to Hollis, St. Albans, Locust Manor, Lawrence and Rosedale, and Queens Village, you will have to buy the $5 ticket. But if you're going between Atlanta or Brooklyn and Northern Avenue, East New York, and Jamaica, you don't have to buy the $5 Atlanta ticket. Just show your Metro card. But on Monday, at, starting at 5 a.m., you will have to buy the ticket then. And since that is Wednesday, we're going to do our weekend service change for this weekend. So as soon as we finish this live stream, we will change the title to include the weekend service change. Alright, we have the weekend service changes, and we have the following. There is no two train between 96th Street and 241st Street. This is due to track replacement along the Lenox Avenue line. And also the three trains is suspended. Two and four trains will provide alternate service. And of course, free shuttle buses. My apologies because I'm trying to send out a tweet to a news reporter from Telemundo 47 who is covering the story regarding the 7 train that will be mentioning it in a moment. But as we were mentioning, there won't be two trains between 96th Street and 241st Street in the Bronx from 12:01 a.m. Saturday, January 5th to 5 a.m. Monday, January 7th. And this is because of track replacement along the Lenox Avenue line. Two trains will be running between Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn and 96th Street in Manhattan. Five trains will make all two stops in the Bronx from 149th Street, Grand Concourse, and 241st Street. Three shuttle buses will be operating in two routes. An express shuttle bus will be operating non-stop between 96th Street and 149th Street, Grand Concourse, and a local shuttle bus that will be making all two stops between 96th Street and 149th Street, Grand Concourse. Transferring the Bronx between five trains and three shuttle buses at 149th Street, Grand Concourse. In Manhattan, tra- transfer between two trains and three shuttle buses at 96th Street, or between the two and five trains at Fulton Street. And in addition, three train service is suspended between 11 a.m. Friday, January 4th, and 5 a.m. Monday, January 7th. And this is also due to track replacement on the Lenox Avenue line. Two trains will make all three stops between 96th Street and Franklin Avenue, Brooklyn. Four trains will make all three stops in Brooklyn between Franklin Avenue and New Lots Avenue. Three shuttle buses will be running between 96th Street and 148th Street, making all stops. Transfer between two trains and three shuttle buses at 96th Street, and transfer between the two and four trains at Franklin Avenue. And also this weekend, between 3:45 a.m. Saturday and 10 p.m. Sunday, January 6th, Woodlawn-bound 4 trains will be running express from 149th Street Grand Concourse to Burnside Avenue. This is to track replacement on the Jerome Avenue line. For 161st Street Yankee Stadium, 167th Street, 170th Street, 1 Ian Avenue, and 176th Street. Take the 4 train to Burnside Avenue and transfer to a Manhattan bound train. From these stations, take the 4 train to 149th Street Grand Concourse. Excuse me. And transfer to a Woodlawn bound train. For Yankee Stadium, take from 161st Street Yankee Stadium, take the D to nearby stations along Grand Concourse. For 176th Street, take the BX32 bus days and evenings and transfer at Burnside Avenue. And due to track replacement, Saturdays, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. 4 trains will run every 16 minutes between 125th Street and Woodlawn. This is due to track replacement along the Jerome Avenue line. The last stop for alternative Uptown 4 trains will be 125th Street. Transfer at 125th Street to continue your trip. And, and between 4:01 a.m. Saturday, January 5th and 5 a.m. Monday, January 7th, 4 trains will be replacing the 3 in Brooklyn between Atlantic Avenue Barclays Center and New Locks Avenue. And also, due to the service change along the Lenox Avenue line, we have between 12:01 a.m. Saturday, January 5th and 5 a.m. Monday, January 7th, 5 trains will be running in 2 sections. The first between East 180th Street and Darrow Avenue, and the second between Bowling Green and East 180th Street, and then by the two to and from Wakefield 241st Street. Transfer at East 180th Street to continue the trip. And like Alfredo Costa from Telemundo 47 was reporting, from 12:15 a.m. Saturday to 4:30 a.m. Monday, there is no 7 train between Queensboro Plaza and 34th Street Hudson Yards. This is due to track replacement and signal work on the 42nd Street portion. 7 trains will run between Flushing Main Street and Queensboro Plaza only. And 3 shuttle buses will be running in 2 sections. The first one in Queens between Queensboro Plaza and Vernon Boulevard, Jackson Avenue, and Manhattan between Times Square, 42nd Street and 34th Street, Hudson Yards. And, and special W trains will be running between Whitehall Street and Astoria Denmark Boulevard, Saturdays between 7 and 9 p.m. and Sundays between 9 and 7 p.m. And the 42nd Street shuttle will be operating overnight. For travel alternatives between Manhattan and Queens, take the E, F, and R trains at 74th Street, Broadway, Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue. The NNRW at Queensboro Plaza, at Times Square 42nd Street, NRW train in the 42nd Street shuttle, or 42nd Street Port Authority Bus Terminal E and the free shuttle buses. And also, between 10:30 p.m. Friday, January 4th and 5 a.m. Monday, January 7th, Brooklyn-bound A trains will be running express between 59th Street, Columbus Circle, and Canal Street. This is to track maintenance on the 8th Avenue line. For service to 50th Street and 23rd Street, take the A to 42nd Street Port Authority Bus Terminal or 14th Street and transfer to a Uptown A local or E. For Spring Street, take the F instead. Transfer between trains at West 4th Street or Canal Street. For service from 50th Street, take the E to 42nd Street Port Authority bus terminal and transfer to the A train. For service from 23rd Street, take A or E to 34th Street Penn Station and transfer to a downtown A. And we have from 5:30 a.m. Saturday to 8 p.m. Sunday, there is no A trains between Howard Beach JFK Airport and Far Walkaway Mont Avenue, and there is no Walkaway Park shuttle between Beach 90th Street and Broad Channel. This is to track maintenance on the Far Walkaway branch. A trains will be running between 207th Street and Lefferts Boulevard or Howard Beach JFK Airport. The Walkaway Park shuttle will be running every 20 minutes between Beach 116th Street and Mont Avenue, making stops at Beach 105th, Beach 98th, Beach 90th, Beach 67th, Beach 60th, Beach 44th, 36th, and 25th Streets. And there will be free shuttle buses operating between Howard Beach and Mont Avenue non-stop. And there will be a Walkway Park shuttle bus running between Howard Beach and Beach 116th Street, stopping at Broad Channel, Beach 98th Street, and Beach 105th Street. Transfer between trains and shuttle buses. My apologies. Transfer between trains and shuttle buses at Howard Beach, Mont Avenue, or Beach 98th Street. And also, A trains will be running every 10 minutes between 12th Street and Walkway Boulevard during days and evenings. A trains are running on a modified schedule because the downtown A, C, and E trains are sharing the track in Manhattan between 42nd Street Port Authority Bus Terminal and Canal Street. And also, we have Brooklyn bound C trains running express between 59th Street, Columbus Circle, and Canal Street. And also, because of this, C trains will be running every 12 minutes during days and evenings. And also, we have uh, Saturday and Sunday between 5:45 a.m. and 6 p.m. There's no D trains between Bay Parkway, 22nd Avenue, and Coney Island Stillwell Avenue. This is due to urgent repairs along the West End line. D trains will be running between 12th Fifth Street and Bay Parkway, 22nd Avenue. Free shuttle buses will be running between Bay Parkway, 22nd Avenue, and Coney Island Stillwell Avenue, stopping at 25th Avenue and Bay 50th Street. As travel alternatives between Coney Island and Manhattan and downtown Brooklyn, take the F, N, or Q train. And also, the D will be running every 12 minutes days and evenings because the A, C, and D trains will be sharing the track at 59th Street Columbus Circle. And also we have between 9:45 p.m. January 4th, and 5 a.m. Monday, January 7th. World Trade Center bound E trains run express between 34th Street, Penn Station, and Canal Street. This is due to track maintenance along the 8th Avenue line. And also between 12:01 a.m. Saturday and 5 a.m. Monday, E-Train will be running local in both directions in Queens between Queens Plaza and Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue, stopping at 36th Street Sunnyside, Steinway Street, 46th Street Sunnyside, Northern Boulevard, and 65th Street. Please allow additional travel time. And we have all weekends until January 28th between 11:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Coney Island bound F trains are running on the E between Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue and 5th Avenue 53rd Street in Manhattan. This is due to track maintenance along the 63rd Street line. Trains resume regular service at 4750th Street, Rockefeller Center. Therefore, there's no Coney Island bound F train service at 21st Street, Queensbridge, Roosevelt Island, Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street, and 57th Street. For travel alternatives, take the F train to 4750th Street and transfer to a Jamaica bound F train. For service to 21st Street, Queensbridge, and Roosevelt Island, take the F to Roosevelt Avenue and transfer to a Coney Island bound F. In addition, if you're in Roosevelt Island, you could utilize the Roosevelt Island tram to Manhattan, in other words, 59th Street and 2nd Avenue, walk one block west to 3rd Avenue, 59th Street, and you will see the Lexington Avenue 59th Street entrance. You could take the N or R trains to 34th Street Herald Square, where the F train will be available. If you're if you're going from Lexington Avenue 63rd Street, take the Q to 34th Street Herald Square and transfer to a Brooklyn bound F train. Or 57th Street, use the nearby 57th Street, 7th Avenue, NQR, and W train. And also, Coney Island bound F trains are running on the A between West 4th Street and J Street Metrotech in Brooklyn between 9:45 p.m. Friday and 5 a.m. Monday, January 7th. And this is because of track maintenance on the Butlers too. Therefore, there's no Coney Island bound F trains at Broadway Lafayette Street, Bleecker Street, 2nd Avenue, Delancey, Essex, East Broadway, and York Street. For Broadway Lafayette Street, Bleecker Street, take the D or 6 by a transfer at 51st Street, E train station. For 2nd Avenue, transfer to the D at West 4th Street and take the D to Broadway Lafayette Street and transfer to the M21 bus that travels along Houston Street. For Delancey Essex Street, East Broadway, and York Street, take the F to J Street Metrotech and transfer to a Manhattan to a Queensbound F train. For York Street, you can utilize High Street A and C. Or if you're going to Delancey Essex, take the J by a transfer at the Fulton Street A and C. And also we have during that same time frame, there will be electrical improvements along the 6th Avenue line, provoking that the F trains will run express between West 4th Street and 34th Street Hell Square. For 14th Street and 23rd Street, trans take the F train, take the F or D to 34th Street Hell Square and transfer to a Coney Island bound F train. From these stations, take the F to West 4th Street and transfer to a Jamaica bound F train. And also in Queens, F trains will be making making stops at 65th Street, Northern Boulevard, 46th Street, Diamond Street, and 36th Street in Queens because of CBTC work along Queens Boulevard line. Please allow extra travel time. And we have between 9:30 a.m. Friday, January 4th and 5 a.m. Monday, January 7th. There is no G train between Bedford Nostrand Avenue and Church Avenue because of track maintenance along the crosstown line. G trains will be running only between Court Square and Bedford Nostrand Avenue. Free shuttle buses will be making all stops between Bedford Nostrand Avenue and Horace Gimmelhart Street and connecting with the F train at J Street Metro Tech. F trains will be making all G stops between Bergen Street and Church Avenue. Transfer between G trains and free shuttle buses at Bedford Nostrand Avenue. Transfer between A and F trains and free shuttle buses at J Street Metro Tech. And also the 42nd Street shuttle will be operating overnight because of the 7 train weekend suspension. And also we have between 11:45 p.m. Friday and 7 a.m. Sunday, January 6th, Queensbound and trains will be running express between Canal Street and 34th Street Hell Square. This is due to station maintenance along the Broadway line. For Prince Street, 8th Street, 23rd Street, and 28th Street, take the N to 14th Street Union Square or 34th Street Hell Square and transfer to a downtown N, Q local, or R. From these stations, take N, Q, or R trains to 14th Street Union Square or Canal Street and transfer to a Queensbound N. And also the N will be running every 12 minutes, days and evenings. And also this same service change affects the Q, but only between the 11:45 Friday and 6:15 a.m. Sunday. And also will be affecting the R as well between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And also we have service changes on the Staten Island Railway between Saturday and Sunday between 6:30 a.m. and 7 p.m. Staten Island Railway will be running on the Tottenville bound platform from Pleasant Plains to Evansville. Boarding changes include Pleasant Plains, Prince Bay, Huguenot, Annandale, and Evansville stations. And also due to scheduled maintenance, we have Tottenville bound trains run on a just schedule. Tottenville train will depart 2 minutes earlier than regularly scheduled. And also we have Saturday between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. and Sunday between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. Whitehall Street bound W train will be running express between Astoria Boulevard and Queensboro Plaza. This is to enhance station initiatives at 39th Avenue and Broadway. From these stations, take the W for 30th and 36th. Take the W train to Queensboro Plaza. Wait a minute. For service to these stations. Wait a minute. It says for service to these stations, take the W to Queensboro Plaza and transfer to a Sawyer bound N or W. From these stations, take the N or W to Astoria Boulevard and transfer to a Manhattan bound W train. And as a reminder, the W train will be running since to compensate loss of service on the 7th. So that's all regarding the planned service changes for this weekend on the subways. So we will want to thank everybody for joining us. And we'll see you next time, folks.